I'm Bill, I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage, where today we have a little bit of modification to a part that I love. I just don't love it. That is the Leo Vinci exhaust, the cheese grater. It's gotta go. So today we're gonna walk through how to remove the exhaust, how to remove the cheese grater. You're gonna need two tools. It's pretty simple. You're gonna wanna get a pair of tin snips here, or some type of stable snips, and you'll need the Dremel 3000. The Dremel tool is going to be, once you snip all of the little tins out, that's gonna be to grind it down. So let's get the chesty cam on and let's pull this pipe off. Let's snip everything out, grind it out, and get this thing cleaned up to have a nice big opening. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to remove the pipe. I think it's gonna be easier just to get the pipe off. So we'll go ahead and pull this off and the band down here, and we should be completely loose. And just like that, the pipe's off. So now what we can do is we can see in here, this is the little cheese grater that we want to get out. I'm not a big fan of this. I would rather it be open. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little tin snips and we're going to locate all of the little connecting pipes. So hopefully you guys can see here. And we're just going to basically go all the way around, get this nice and in there, and just snip each one. We're going to try to get as close to the edge as possible, and then we're going to go all the way around and snip all of these out. All right, so now we've got the cheese grater out. You're going to see that there are a little bit of tack welds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 total tack welds. So some of this stuff will be able to get trimmed up and loose. So what we're gonna do is you wanna get in there real close to the welds, okay? So you get your little snippers and right in by the welds and snip each part out. And once you get that part snipped out, you're gonna be able to remove a portion of the cheese grater, which is only basically going to leave us just this little snip right here, which is all that we have to grind out. So we're gonna snip this out here and then move over here and snip it out here and here. All right, so now you can see basically the only ugly part left is just these little spots, and that's the part that we're gonna have to grind out with the Dremel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the Dremel and basically figure out what tip we're gonna do to knock down these welds. I think we've got a little cutter blade that will just basically cut them. And then what we'll do is we'll round it out with a little bit of sandpaper to smooth everything out and make it nice and big opening. All right, so we've got about half out. We're gonna try to get this cleaned up and polished up just a little bit better, but you can see what I'm doing is I'm just using, what I ended up with is a 1.5 inch metal grinding disc on here, and I'm actually going in like this, and I'm kind of using the roundness of the pipe to kind of even everything out. Don't go out too far over here. You can see I went out a little too far, so we're gonna want to try to clean that up a little bit later. So let's go ahead and continue with these last 3. So pretty easy. I'll walk you through a little one of them. You can see basically I just kind of get this thing turned up almost to 10, and then you'll see I just kind of grind off that little bit of weld, and then I use the roundness of the pipe to smooth down the remainder. All right, so now you guys can see it's nice and clean. I went a little bit over on some of this, so we're gonna try to clean this lip up in the inside. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a little sanding one, and we're gonna slowly go around and sand this thing nice and smooth. Once it gets heated back up, it'll kind of blue back or get back to its normal, but what we wanna do is just knock down any of the scuff marks that we've got in there, and then we'll make it look nice and fresh. right, so the last thing we're gonna do on the Dremel is we're just gonna use a little bit of the polishing compound, and we're gonna go ahead and just polish this metal out just a little bit, just to kind of get everything a little bit more evened out and just a little bit cleaned up. But when the heat comes through, it will start kind of discoloring this to the point where everything kind of matches again. So what we're doing is we're just kind of trying to clean up all of the scuff marks that you can see, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so now what we're gonna do is just go over with just a little bit of metal polish, just a little bit, nothing major, just to kind of get this thing wiped down, cleaned up, and then wipe it down. Now, again, remember you're grinding out this metal that really is, it's not gonna be uniform. So if you're expecting a perfect pipe, you're not gonna get it. But what I will say is that once you've got it ground out and you've got some heat through it, you're not gonna notice this as much. I don't think anybody would come up to this pipe and look at it and see that I butchered it up. But, you know, it's not 100% smooth. You know, I mean, I guess we could probably go through it a couple more times, but honestly, once we get the pipe back on and this starts heating back up, that's really gonna blue away or brown away, and it's gonna kind of look like this, which is the stainless steel. And then you're gonna just start to look uniform again. So that's about it. So let's get it mounted up and take a final look at our cheese gratered Leo Vinci pipe. Well, I have to say that is much better. Now, as far as sound and performance wise, there's nothing really gonna change. But what I did do on the final is I took some 600 grit sandpaper and kind of just rubbed it on the top lip here, just to kind of give this thing an even look. On the inside, like I said, that'll kind of wear down and that'll heat up and kind of blend in. But definitely looks better without the cheese grater. Definitely happy that we've gotten rid of that thing. Pretty easy, just take your time. Doesn't take too long, probably 20 minutes total to do it. But take your time, especially when you're grinding. Don't get grind happy and start going too deep. So I just kind of like, right as soon as I got that weld nub off, went to the next one. So very, very nice. Give you guys a little cold start just because, why not? Leo Vinci exhaust. So we do have one coming for the new bike, and it's already been removed, or it's actually the style that we're going with doesn't have it. So it just sounds so good. So happy with it. So thank you guys for sticking around for another video here on the street. What bike am I working on? It's the S1000 Single R. The Street Fighter is going up on the lift next, so stay tuned. We've got some stuff going on with that. Still got some stuff going on with the Panigale, and then we got the new bike here coming in the next day or two. Literally, we're just waiting for the phone call. So thank you guys again for sticking around. Easy mod. If you guys don't like the cheese grater, cut it out. But thank you guys again. Do the normal, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and then ring the bell notification. Bell notification is going to give you future notification of future content here on the channel. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next video. Bye guys.